Open source has bestowed upon us a gift on this day. It's the Framework 13 Pro. I'm gonna take it out of the box. I need a Linux hat. This is the DIY kit for the Framework 13 Pro. Got our screen bezel right here. What this kit is, well, it's a laptop you build yourself. We've got our beautiful screwdriver, the only tool that you need apparently to take these things apart. Some extra modules, we'll get into these boys in just a little bit and tell you what they're for. We have our 100-watt charger. We've got our cables right here, which it's not an LTT cable, but it is pretty nice. Got a right angle connector on there. We have an SSD and, wait, isn't RAM supposed to be in this? The RAM's in here. We already built this computer. Actually, Lab's already built it because Linus is doing a review on it, which you should totally check out. But I stole this for just a little while. He knows where it is, right?
He knows I have it. Does he know what side of the border I'm on? Who knows?
Yeah, that's his problem. But you know what's my problem is? He put Windows on it. Oh. But I'm gonna fix it. Don't worry. I have Arch right here in the form of HexOS, an SSD, and an LTT precision screwdriver kit. God, this feels really nice. I had a Framework 13, the original one years ago. This is like, I don't know, the DNA's there, but this is a different machine. This is a hunk of aluminum. I think I have to take the modules out first. I just unscrewed these, and this is a little bit different feeling than the Framework 13. Oh, that's so smooth. They're still in there pretty tight, but like, you're not worried about them falling out, I guess. Now, an important note, on the old Framework 13, different ports were good for different things. If you wanted to have display out or use an eGPU, you had to use certain ports, but on this one, they are full Thunderbolt 4, at least with this Intel chipset. Wow, isn't that cool? Where's the ribbon cable? Where's the ribbon cable?
Get in there,
there it is.
Doc.
Wow, that's a really long ribbon cable. Look how generous that is. Look right here for your phalanges too. Woo! Oh my gosh, wait, this is like a haptic style trackpad. That's crazy. I clicked this a couple of times earlier, and it did not feel like it was like a haptic one. It felt like a real click. All right, we're gonna get to that stuff in a bit. This isn't the only keyboard you can get too. There's a gray-black one, a lavender-black one. I actually don't know what else they have, but they have a lot of keyboard options. This is a good time to note while I'm talking about how pretty this is. Linus might be invested in Framework, but I'm not. No one can buy me. That's
This
all I got.
laptop is pretty good, though. I might.
This
invest.
laptop is
I might-
pretty
I
good.
might
Yeah.
invest.
This is really pretty. Can I
put a couple dollars down?
Hey, Framework, can I invest? I'm gonna go in and take his SSD out. God, that's really pretty. Oh, look!
I know.
You get the little thing that says storage on there. Oh, and there's a little thermal pad. What are they doing? They're cooking.
They're quick. So, you could put, I believe, an 8TB SSD in here, which is the double-sided ones.
Oh, that's so nice.
Do you think if we scan this QR code, it would tell us about what goes there?
Oh, probably.
Okay, yeah, I scanned it. Storage, SSD replacement, difficulty easy, step
Ooh.
17, 10 to 20 minutes. That's really nice, though. This is...
Yeah, this is pretty
I've
good.
never... This is my first Framework experience. This is great.
As someone who owned the Framework 13, the original one, this does look a lot nicer on the inside. Just like the quality of the injection molded parts, how everything fits together, the color matching of it. This is pretty sick. And we have our LP cam memory right here. Super fast, which will be taken advantage of by the chip in this. What chip is it? I forgot. What was it?
Intel Core Ultra X9 388H.
Intel Core Ultra X9 388H. Say that 3 times fast. It does strongly benefit from this pretty fast LP cam memory. Look at
Cool.
Now, this is 64 gigs of memory. It's worth noting that because of the memory shortage, Framework did say they're just going to be shipping these with 16 gigs, at least for the time being. But you know what's nice is you could just buy your own RAM.
Keep your eyes peeled on Tech Quickie. We have a video on LP Cam coming maybe in 3 weeks, I think. It's just about done being written now, so.
I'll watch that. Then we have our Intel Wi-Fi 7 Bluetooth 6 module right here. God, this thing is so pretty on the inside. Oh! Made with heart by Framework team. Look at that. All right, should we put Linux on it? All right, here. See that? See that? Cache. What button gets me into the BIOS? Maybe this one?
What's that?
Boot Manager. Oh yeah, EFI USB device. That's what I... Oh, HexOS, that's fast. Woo!
Touchscreen.
It's touchscreen? I always wanted there to be a touchscreen on the old Framework 13. That's so nice. I'm gonna get fingerprints on this thing. It's gonna happen. How bad is it if I get a... Yeah, you can tell, that's a little smudge right there. It's not too bad, but oh, I can still see it head on. This, by default, comes with Ubuntu. And Framework is a very Linux-first company. You can load whatever you want on here. They're very passionate about it. I think they also support Fedora and several other things.
Yes, and it can come, I know you're against it, but it can come with Windows as well.
I can accept that. I can live with it. But I know that the people buying this, they're gonna choose Linux. Like, why would they not?
Yeah, these are all the brands that they seed hardware to.
What? NixOS, Bazite, CachyOS. I'm literally putting Cachy on here right now. Fedora. Oh, is OpenSUSE on here? OpenSUSE isn't on here, but I can live with that. Oh no, OpenSUSE is on here. Oh, I'm wearing the hat. Look, OpenSUSE. Let's go. In the spirit of this thing normally having Ubuntu on it, I'm going to go with GNOME or GNOME, depending on how you want to say it. Install now. Just gotta give that a moment. Let her do her thing. Hey, question. So we're gonna have to put Linus's SSD back in this before we return it, because we definitely didn't steal it from him. Mm-hmm. Should I hide something in there, like a sticker or something, and just see when he finds it?
What did you have for dinner 3 days ago? Don't remember? That's to be expected. So how do you expect to remember important information shared with you in meetings? Plaud AI's NotePin S is a small wearable memory companion to help you capture your ideas in conversations throughout the day. It can even transcribe over 100 different languages, and it has a built-in search tool to help you quickly snag information from meetings earlier in the day. The NotePin S has 20 hours of continuous recording, 40 days of standby. Get 10% off the Plaud NotePin S with the code ShortCircuit10 using our links below.
Let's look at the specs on this guy. So, yes, we have that Core Ultra 9 388H. Look at that thing. We're barely using any juice right now. 94% of battery. We're drawing at what? 5 1/4 watts? Nothing. She's just sipping juice right now. Let's, should I put some apps on this thing?
Yeah, I want to know how the touchscreen works on Linux too. Good?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty smooth. I like that. Do we want to put it, should I put a game on here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do sudo pacman s steam. Let's do Cyberpunk. I'm realizing right now, I think the screen on this does look better than the OG Framework 13 by like a notable margin. Like the gradient in Firefox has never looked more beautiful than right now.
It's excellent. I don't know. I don't think we did full display results. We did brightness, and we hit 822 nits.
Woo.
And it's only rated to hit 700. Although that was in Windows, we had some issues doing our test suite through Linux, so maybe that's a bit different. But
and right now on Linux, look at that. If I cover this, it gets dim.
Oh.
I let off to get bright. I mean, she's made for Linux.
And it is very bright. I mean, actually, let's put it beside my Mac.
That's pretty bright. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hot damn, I tell you.
And 30 to 120 hertz. I don't know if we said that yet. Touchscreen, matte coding, which I love.
So it's variable refresh rate?
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. So this did crazy on the battery test, didn't it?
Yes. 14 hours.
14 hours is pretty good.
They rate it for 20 hours in their testing,
which
is pretty similar to our testing, but they did, I think, Netflix and we did Plex. So
right, that makes sense.
And the recharge time with the included charger was only an hour and a half.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's pretty decent for, what was this, like a 70-something watt-hour battery?
74.46.
74.46. That in a 13-inch laptop. Let's see, SDR. Okay, sRGB coverage is actually pretty sick. So we've got 106.4% sRGB, 83.9% P3, which I assume that's DCI P3. For HDR, we have 84.9% of P3 and 62.6% of BT 2020. So not crazy on the 2020 spectrum, but really good for sRGB. I'm not much of a stickler for displays. I own a display, but it's just not something I've ever really cared that much about.
You'll never be him.
I'll never be him. I want to do Crab Rave, then I want to watch WAN show. All right, ready for high fidelity? That's pretty shit. Framework, hit me up. You can do better. You could literally flash firmware on here that would make that better. Come on. Let's watch WAN show on the new WAN show channel that not enough people are actually subscribed to. That looks like Riley. That looks pretty good. Like if I saw that...
Let me get straight on.
Yeah, look, see like the skin tones? They got his aura.
Actually, did you know it's older than electricity itself?
It sounds bad, but it looks good. Like, look, I don't see any crazy banding or anything. On the old framework, I would see banding all the time. I don't like the speakers. I like the screen. The screen is a clear improvement in my book.
The backlit keyboard? Really,
Is it?
really?
I see a button that looks... Oh, it is backlit. Ready? Wait. Oh, yeah. That's a backlit keyboard right there.
I think webcam and fingerprint scanner is what we should do next.
Ooh, webcam.
I am legit green though. That's crazy. Is it just off access or are you seeing the green?
If I do a really bright light behind me, it's doing okay. Like, if you had the sun straight up behind you and no light in front of you...
But we had it before with the light in front of you in the most ideal situation and it was not doing it.
That's true. The bright side is you know that regardless of what your lighting is, people will at least still be able to see what your face is.
Oh, there was supposed to be oh.
Yo, there goes the camera. Well, now we know that when that happens, you get a cool little graphic.
Yeah. Here, but what's on this side? Oh, one's
That's
mic.
microphone, so
There's one
now
mic.
they can't hear us.
It's kind of nice to have both though. That's cool. I've never seen that before.
That is pretty good. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and the quiet sun glows on something Green Hills.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and the quiet sun glows.
It sounds just as bad.
I mean, it's not as blown out, but it's so gravelly.
I'm gonna say maybe check Linus's review to see if this is any better in Windows. Whilst we are still waiting on Cyberpunk download, let's go over the other games that Labs tested. Labs has been running and rerunning tests on this thing, so I'm gonna give you the benchmarks from Bite of Seattle. It's a nice day and I've been snacking on all kinds of good things. It's worth noting that at Labs we're still developing our Linux benchmarks, so we have both Linux and Windows for this. For our Linux tests, first we started with Ubuntu, but results were not great. So we switched to HexOS since both it's supported and I kind of like that one. With that installed, we got an average of 36 FPS in Cyberpunk 2077. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which notably is running on Vulkan on Linux, we got an average of 62 FPS. And Total War Warhammer 3 hit 27, but the Fog of War was set a little bit higher on Linux than it was on Windows, so take it with a grain of salt. On Windows, we had an average of 55 FPS in Cyberpunk 2077, 72 FPS in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and 49 in Warhammer 3. Overall, Windows definitely had an edge, but I would still describe the results on Linux as usable. It's not a gaming machine, but you could totally get by with this. Clearly, it's not a gaming machine.
No.
So I would not be buying this for games. If I was going to be buying something for games and wanted a framework, I'd get a Framework 16. Alright. Wake up, samurai! That is not a very loud fan.
No, it's not.
That's actually pretty
It
dang
might
quiet.
ramp up a little more still.
I don't know. This is usually the part of Cyberpunk where I hear the fan going crazy. 42, 38, 42, 40. So we're getting slightly lower than the benchmarks, but we also changed the settings. It doesn't look like 1200p. Oh wow, the brightness there looked really nice.
I mean, 45 frames is...
That's playable.
I call that smooth.
Yeah. I would be using this to play like Hades or Dead Cells or something like that. Hyper Light Drifter.
That was it.
That was it. That was Cyberpunk. I like this.
I do too.
I like this a lot. It's
need to go
small. It's sleek. You gotta get this thing back to Linus before he realizes it's missing. We should put his SSD back in here, shouldn't we? There we go. Sorry, I stole your laptop.
Oh, are those captive screws too?
They are.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were captive on the old 13 though, so like, is it really new?
Yeah, but the old 13, it was like, was it worth getting? Maybe. This one, is it worth getting? Yes. Like if you needed a new laptop and you had $3,000.
If it wasn't for the speakers, I would say the physical build of this thing, it finally does feel like a MacBook. All right, we gotta go unsteal something. You should be subscribed because we have a cool Linux repairable laptop coming. The Star Labs.
What's that? You'll have to wait and find out.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I want to cover more Linux laptops, but if you also want me to cover more Linux laptops, you could leave a comment down there and tell LMG, and then maybe they'll let me do it. That would be really cool of you. I would appreciate that. Subscribe to ShortCircuit.